You start noticing that you explain yourself more than you used to. Not because you did something wrong, but because somehow even the simplest feeling turns into something you have to defend. You say something hurt you, and before you know it, the whole conversation has moved somewhere else. Now, it is about your tone, your timing, the way you remembered it, and the way you reacted. And by the end of it, you are not even focused on what they did anymore. You are sitting there wondering if you made the whole thing bigger than it was. That is how it starts. Not with someone directly taking your reality away from you. It starts with them making you feel unsure every time you try to name it. Maybe you remember their words clearly. You remember the look on their face. You remember how your body felt in that moment. But they speak with so much confidence, you begin to question yourself. They say, "That never happened." Or, "You always twist things." They say, "You are too sensitive." And somehow, the pain they caused becomes a problem with the way you received it. So you try to be more careful next time. You choose softer words. You wait for the right mood. You try to bring it up calmly, because maybe then they will finally understand. But it still turns around on you. If you are emotional, they call you dramatic. If you stay calm, they say you are cold. If you explain too much, they say you are attacking them. If you stop explaining, they say you are being difficult. After a while, you do not just doubt what happened. You start doubting how you are allowed to respond to what happened. That is the part people do not always see. The damage is not only in the argument. It is in what the argument leaves behind inside you. You begin carrying their voice in your head. Even when they are not around, you hear it. Maybe I am overreacting. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I should not have said anything. And this is where your mind becomes tired, because it is trying to protect you from the next twist, the next denial, and the next moment where you feel guilty for being hurt. You replay conversations, not because you enjoy overthinking. You replay them because something felt wrong, and your brain is trying to find the missing piece. But with someone who keeps changing the story, there is no stable piece to find. One day, they admit they said it, but claim they meant something else. Another day, they deny saying it at all. Later, they act like the real issue is your inability to move on. So the rules keep changing. And every time you try to follow them, they move again. That kind of confusion can make you feel like you are losing your grip on yourself. You know you are not crazy, but you also do not feel fully certain anymore. And that uncertainty becomes the place they control you from. Because when you are busy questioning yourself, you are not fully questioning them. You are not asking, "Why did they treat me like that?" You are asking, "Did I explain it badly?" You are not asking, "Why do I feel unsafe?" You are asking, "How do I avoid upsetting them again?" That shift is quiet, but it changes everything. Your attention moves away from your own pain and toward their reaction. You start measuring every word before you speak. You start trying to sound calm enough, fair enough, gentle enough. But someone who wants to twist the truth does not need much. They can take one sentence, one pause, or one small mistake, and make that the center of the conversation. Now, you are defending a detail, not the pattern. And the pattern is the thing they do not want you to look at too closely. The pattern is that you feel smaller around them. You feel nervous bringing up normal things. You feel guilty for having needs. You feel relieved when they are in a good mood, because peace depends on them staying that way. That is not emotional safety. That is emotional survival. A narcissistic person often trains you to treat their comfort as the truth. If your memory makes them look bad, your memory becomes wrong. If your feelings make them uncomfortable, your feelings become too much. And after enough time, you may start doing their work for them. You silence yourself before they silence you. You soften the truth before they deny it. You tell yourself it was not that serious, because admitting it was serious would mean facing what the relationship is doing to you. That is why this pattern can be so hard to break. It is not just attachment. It is conditioning. Your body learns that being clear can lead to punishment. A calm boundary can lead to anger. A simple truth can lead to hours of blame, silence, or confusion. So doubt starts to feel safer than certainty. If you are unsure, maybe there will be less conflict. If you blame yourself, maybe they will calm down. If you apologize first, maybe the night will not turn into another emotional storm. But every time you choose peace by betraying your own reality, something inside you gets quieter. It does not disappear completely. It just gets quieter until you almost stop trusting the part of you that still knows. There may still be a part of you that knows, a part that notices the pattern, even when you try to excuse it, a part that feels the heaviness before the conversation even begins. That part of you is not trying to ruin the relationship. It is trying to bring you back to yourself. Because real love does not require you to erase your own memory. It does not make you afraid of saying what happened. It does not turn every hurt feeling into a courtroom where you have to prove you deserve care. And the deeper truth is, you may never get them to admit what they did. They may keep denying. They may keep changing the story. They may keep acting like your clarity is the problem. But healing does not begin when they finally agree with you. It begins when you stop needing their agreement to trust what you lived through. You can say, quietly, I know what happened. You can say, I know how I felt. You can say, I do not need to keep arguing with someone who benefits from my confusion. At first, that may feel strange, almost wrong, because you have been trained to doubt yourself before you believe yourself. But slowly, your own voice starts coming back. Not loud, not dramatic, just steady enough to remind you that your reality was never something they were supposed to own